Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by, you like the channel and the video, please subscribe and put on your notification bell so that you will be able to know when I upload a new video. In this channel, I bring to you information across the globe, what is happening in the world, especially Nigeria. So after watching the video, your opinion, your contribution is highly needed. Do it constructively in the comment section as we are going to watch this video together. Yes, I'm watching it together with you. Then later, we'll come to the comment section to discuss about it. Remain blessed as we watch.
On the repatriation of looted Benin Kingdom bronzes. On Thursday, the University of Aberdeen in Scotland announced its readiness to return Benin bronzes and sculptures in its possession to Nigeria. A sculpture depicting an Oba of Benin in 1957 is one among thousands of metal and ivory sculptures looted by British forces in 1897 when they invaded Benin City in present-day Edo State. Well, by returning the artifact, the University of Aberdeen says it will become the first institution to agree to the full repatriation from a museum of Benin bronzes. The last week, the Humboldt Foreign Museum in Germany announced that it will also be returning hundreds of Benin bronzes looted decades ago. More than 500 historical objects, including 440 bronzes from the Benin Kingdom, are held at the Ethnological Museum. So far, the single largest collection of Benin bronzes is held by the British Museum. And I think this is so exciting. Last week, the German foreign minister visited Nigeria and talked about the fact, returning all those, looted bronzes from our Benin Kingdom. And they talked about opening a new museum in Edo State and working with staff to organize a system whereby when they return these bronzes, Nigerians can enjoy it. I am so excited about this news.
I mean, it's wonderful news. This crime occurred in 1897. Can you imagine? And we're still discussing it now. It has not been reversed. And I must name and shame Admiral Harry Rawson, who led that punitive naval expedition to Benin and, conducted this disgraceful act, robbing and pillaging. It's so awful. And I'm proud of Edo State indigents, the way they've embraced this. I know quite a few of them are already involved in fundraising efforts to properly house these treasures where they belong, because they do not belong in England. They belong to us, to Nigeria. So this is really wonderful news. You did watch Black Panther. I agree with Killmonger.
Of course.
With the mask. I love that. So did you watch Black Panther?
when the mask was stolen,
yes.
Right? I was so excited. I was like, yes, do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an old issue.
Yes.
And I believe that for many Africans or even persons in other parts of the world, it's very emotional. That part of the legacy, either of slavery or colonialism or imperialism, is the theft, open theft, common theft at the heart of imperial culture. There have been talks about returning artifacts to Greece, returning artifacts to Ethiopia, yes, and to other countries in the Asian part of the world. But here for us, it has a special resonance because history is involved, culture is involved, identity is involved. And the repatriation of artifacts is a major category in terms of the intellectual dimensions of it, the political part of it, the legal dimensions of it. Many countries will say, oh, there are legal issues involved because some of these artifacts are either held by institutions or they are held by private collectors. But yes, you cited the example of Germany. Yeah, Germany has been proactive. And last year, February 2020, the parliament in France, the legislators, the lawmakers there, they took a decision that they would embark on the process of repatriating stolen artifacts to specifically Benin in Nigeria and also the country of Senegal. Now, in Benin, in Edo State, now the government that is there, the SH0CKING government, in collaboration with some other groups, including the National Commission for Monuments and Museums, and also the Palace of the Oba of Benin, Ewuare II. They have put in place something they call the Benin Dialogue Group. And part of the responsibility of that Benin Dialogue Group is to take steps to get artifacts repatriated, artifacts that were stolen specifically during the 1897 expedition, during the reign of Oba Ovonramwen and Nogbaisi. And of course, you know, we all know that story has been dramatized. Now, the question now is, this is a major achievement for that Benin dialogue group, for the Obaseki administration, and also for the palace of Ewuare II. But my concern is, how do you preserve these artifacts? Before now, some private collectors have returned some bronze artifacts to Benin. How are they preserving them? The government of Obaseki says they are planning to build, before the end of 2021, a Benin museum of West African art.
Yeah.
So the question is, how far have they gone with this Benin Museum of West African art? Because it's not enough to just return these things out of national pride. It is also to ensure that these things are well preserved. When you go to museums abroad, maybe in Egypt or in the US or even in the UK, if you see how these artifacts are preserved, if you are not nationalistic, if you are not an Africanist, you will sometimes suggest that maybe they should keep these things here.
I would no, but let me tell you that I think that is why
that's how I'm making the point about the importance of preservation. We need to invest in that. Okay, it is our own, it is repatriation, it is about our identity, but we need to keep those artifacts very well. And I hope that concerned persons will make the necessary contributions to facilitate the establishment of that Benin Museum of West African Art. And that another governor, after Godwin Obaseki, will see the sense, the commitment, the reason for ensuring that these things are returned. And it's not just only in Benin that things were stolen. There is Ife art stolen. Yes. There is Nok art stolen.
Yes, true.
From virtually the whole of Africa.
Very true.
So the advocacy is in order. The second leg of it is that people are saying this legacy of colonial theft should be followed up with reparation.
Yes.
And that was a campaign that was led by late Bashorun MKO Abiola, saying that the injustice done to colonized people and abuse peoples of the world should be followed up with reparation. Well, I don't want to start a long talk on reparation, but repatriation, should we also bring back the argument about reparation and justice?
Of course.
You know, there's a town in Chicago that's paid reparations because it's natural justice, isn't it?
Yes.
They're not waiting for the American federal government.
Well, there's that ongoing conversation right now. Like I said earlier, the foreign minister from Germany came and met with people in Benin City. And one of the architect who's actually building that museum is that Ghanaian renowned architect, David Ajayi.
David Ajayi.
Yes,
Rufai.
Your comment on the story.
I'm excited that they've started returning all the things they stole, bloody looters. But most importantly, I think we too should keep the things they have returned properly. There's a lot of work going on as regards museum. I'm a little in this space and I've got friends in this space. There's one currently going on in Lagos, the J.K. Randall Museum. There's already partnership going on with the British government to be able to return or at least come and have some of the materials the British have taken to be exhibited at the J.K. Randall Museum when it's completed. I know of that conversation because it's high level is going on. But we want to push that conversation further. I, Polly, and some other people are working on this to be able to say that the British should bring back these artifacts once and for all. Because they stole those things from us. They took what was not theirs. They made it as a thing of conquest. And all over Africa.
All right.
They took all of these artifacts and it's time for them to bring it back. And I'm excited that the wave is going on. Don't forget, it started with the okuko, the cock.
Right.
That Jesus College. I know we're pressed for time.
Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or first day of coming across my YouTube channel or seeing my face, you are highly welcome. Please leave comments to my channel. My name is Linda Chukwuezi. It comment